everyone, welcome to the next video in our kitchen item series from Runs of Wonder by Johanna Basford, using Castle Art soft touch pencils, and we have a cute little selection of items here to do today. Now we have these little daisies. I love daisies, but I actually really like white ones, but colouring white flowers is quite tricky and something I'm not in the mood for doing today, so I'm not going to colour them white. I'm going to colour them, I was going to do purple, but we did our tulips purple, which are in the picture above this, so I think we'll choose something different to that. I'm thinking maybe we could do some yellow flowers with sort of orangey middles. I thought that might be quite nice. Just having a look at the yellows, which would be the best. Maybe the Brilliant Yellow, I think. It's a good name, isn't it? So here is our Brilliant Yellow. I am going to just sharpen it. Ooh, I just managed to snap the tip off of it. Isn't stood in the sharpener. No, it's not. There we go. Sorry. Right, so here we are with our Brilliant Yellow, and we'll do all the petals. Now I'd like to try and do the petals a little darker near the centre and lighter towards the edge, and if you can do that really effectively, it can make the flower look like it dips in a little bit towards the centre. Oh, my desk is really creaky. But with the yellow and with such a small flower, I think it's going to be really difficult to pull that off. But I'm just going to try and make it a little darker near the centre anyway. I always find it quite difficult to see yellow as well, whether I've fully covered the paper or not. So I'm just going to do the best I can. And I'm sure it'll be fine. If we do a little circle around there, it might look a bit darker. It doesn't really. Sometimes yellows aren't as vibrant as I'd hoped. This one's okay actually. But some of the ones in this set are a little bit creamy, you know, pale cream coloured or ivory sort of colour. But sometimes you need that. But I don't use those pale colours that often. For like my polychromos is probably my most used set, and I haven't replaced the white or the, is it ivory or cream, or is there both? I can't remember. I haven't replaced those yet. Whereas some of the greens I've replaced twice at least. Right, so the centre I was thinking more of an orangey colour, but I'm wondering whether how dark, how bright, how dark do I go? I think the marigold is the way to go. The marigold is a very odd colour in the sense that that is the end. No, that's the wrong pencil. I'm lying to you. Give me a minute. I picked up the wrong one. That's the end. It's still quite a similar colour. You can see why I got confused. But look at that. It looks nothing like that. So that's a bit of a pain with these pencils sometimes, but you just have to, that's why I swatched them. I don't always swatch my pencils, but I swatched these and I've got the swatch chart in front of me because of that. I mean, had I picked that colour, it wouldn't have been too bad, but you know, it's not what I wanted. Okay, so there are flowers. We need to do the stems. I don't want anything too overbearing or too dark, too bright, too blue, too yellow. So I'm going to go with the leaf green, which I'm hoping will just be right. But I'm trying to find on my swatch chart. It's a little bit pale. It might work because of our petals being pale. Actually, we want it to stand out enough, but not too much. I think it will work. Try and stay in the lines. It's not compulsory. I didn't bother. Now, what colour vase would you put yellow? See, it's not really a vase. I suppose it is. I would like to match my vase to my flowers. I don't have the luxury of doing that. I only have 3 vases, which is perfectly enough, but they're all glass. This is the cadmium orange deep. I'm going to use that for the vase. So no, I don't match my vases to my flowers, but because they're see-through, they match everything. I remember my mum used to have a really lovely white vase. It worked really well with everything. I'm actually thinking I'd quite like some vases that aren't just see-through glass, because they get so dirty, and when the water starts to discolour you can see all the discoloration, which isn't nice. But it does remind, you can tell when you need to put more water in and when you need to clean it, which I suppose is a good thing, but not sure. But I don't often have cut flowers because I prefer plants. I think they last longer and you can enjoy them for longer. So I'm going to use the red ochre just for this little stripy bit. So I'm going to start on the edge and then fade a bit, layer it up a little bit on the edge, fade, there we go, just a little touch. Right, next I want to do our coffee pot. Now again we've got striped. Now I've done two blue things striped, so we need to choose a different colour. I need to choose a different colour. So what should I do? What colour would a coffee pot be? I'm thinking, do we go 60s, 70s browns? Do we go, what, we don't read, coffee pots are usually see-through, aren't they? Oh, excuse me, phone's ringing. I shall decide. Right, I am back. Not sure how long for. I have decided on my colours, but I was on the phone to my mum and she had to let my dad use the phone, so I don't know whether he'll be whether he'll be very long and if she'll call me back quickly or not. But I thought I'd pop back and do a little bit of this coffee pot. So the jade green is what I'm going to be using for the lighter areas, and I'm going to do what I've been doing with my pots, which is making a little more intense colour here and a little less here. I was thinking about what colour to do and I decided I would just do it in a colour I haven't used much on this page, and something that would just be bright and pretty. So, you know, I decided, I don't really know what coffee pots look like, as I was saying before, so I can just about remember what I was saying. I was on the phone for a few minutes. There we go, and I'm just doing the same thing. Oh, there it is. I am back. Right, hopefully won't get disturbed by the phone now. Basically, my mum called and my dad needed to use the phone as he usually Skypes his sister, and she wasn't around, so he was giving her a quick ring, and so I didn't know whether he would be on the phone to her chatting for a bit, although as she's in Australia I don't tend to, or whether he would be very quick, and he was very quick. But she got back to me, had a long chat. She's going on holiday, well, both of them going on holiday soon. I'm trying to just build up the colour at the base of the spout. I think this light would be catching the top. So yeah, they're going on holiday soon. They're going to Torquay, which is in, I think it's on the south coast. Is it Devon or Cornwall? I can't remember. It's Cypress green. I've been, I just can't remember. So although this is called cypress green, it's actually quite blue, but I thought it would just work together with this lighter colour. I'm trying to make that look a little shiny in the middle. I'm not sure if that's worked. Yeah, the jade I thought would go really nicely with it. And we've got these darker, so I'm doing the same thing in that I'm trying to just layer up at the edge and then have a bit less colour in the centre. So we've got, it looks like there's some light falling on our coffee pot, and it will help to give the illusion that it's not a flat object, hopefully. I haven't got any further with thinking about what colours to do the rest though, because yeah, I was on the phone chattering, so I wasn't really thinking. I did actually finish my Maria Trolle picture that I was doing though while I was on the phone, and I started a mandala from my Camellia Angel Cova, I think her name is, book. So that was good. What colour should we do this? We've done a few reds. We haven't done loads of reds. We haven't got loads of reds, I guess. That's probably why. I know. We'll grab this pencil here. This is the alizarin crimson. We'll start with this and we'll see where it takes us. Let's just do something a bit unplanned. So I'm going to do the base with this. Yeah, they're not going away for a little while. I think it's the weekend or the weekend after. I can't quite remember. I think I'll do this dark bit. Again, a bit lighter here, darker here, lighter towards the middle. We've actually got a lighter bit there. Dark here. But they were getting ready early because, you know, we do as a family. We always want to be well prepared, nice and early. My sister isn't quite so much like that. I remember my mum went to see a counsellor of sorts. I'm going to go... Where should we go? I want to go more towards the pink side, I think. So I'm going to, well, go purple deep. Is that going to work? With a crimson? No, it's not. I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to go castle green deep. We're going to make it colourful. Let's get some green in there. Let's do something completely different. I'm going to do the main part in this, just not the zigzags. Yeah, me and my mum, we'd rather be like 20 minutes early than 10 minutes late, or than 30 seconds late, you know. And she had some counselling at one point, and hypnosis. Oh, it was hypnosis to help her with weight loss. That's right. And the chap said to her, you shouldn't be like this, you know, you should be a bit more chilled about not always being on time. But I don't think he got it, in the sense that for us, if we're early, that makes us chilled because we know we're there and we're ready. So if we get to the airport an hour earlier than the 3 hours early or whatever you're supposed to do, we're happy. We just sit and we can relax. Whereas if we're running to a deadline and we don't know if we're going to make it, that's stressful. But, you know, so I think it's all very much down to personality. I'm going to go with the primary blue and I hope it ties it together. I think it'll work. I'm going to try and do the triangles near the edge a little bit darker than the ones nearer the middle. It's not always easy. Just do your best. There we go. Now we have a sort of tea towel. I don't know. Item. I'm thinking maybe a pale pink. Oh, should we go for a lavender light? That's. I'm so cold. I might have to go and get a hoodie in a minute. I put my slippers on just now because I was so cold. So the lavender light, it's not quite pink. I'm going to avoid the dots. I'm just going to do this for the background and I'm going to do it quite lightly. I don't want it to be too dark. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so cold. Well, it's not sunny today and I think that's yet. Ah, that's the edge of the bowl. Ooh, right. So we need the castle green deep for the top bit there, and for a bit of that there. Then we need the primary blue for that bit there, as if there's a zigzag, and then we need the alizarin crimson for that little bit in there. I think I've carried that off. Just about. Now, spots on our cloth, I could leave them white, which I did. I've left a bit of white in a few places, and I'd quite like to do that. Have I left any other? Oh, I left some white spots on our cherry jar right at the beginning. I think I want to leave it white, so that's what I'm going to do. But I am going to grab the Cool Grey Deep and just do a few shadows before I finish. Oh, we haven't done the shelf. Oh, we need to do that. Let's do the shadows first, just around the edge, just a little bit. Like that, around the cloth. And then around this bowl, like that. Should give us a little bit more through. Now I usually do the shelf, a colour that I've used in the picture. I'm going to grab the marigold and start it off with that. Okay, now I'm going to add in a little bit of red ochre. Just a little bit. Just to darken it, make it look a little more brown. Not too much. And I'm going to finish with the cadmium orange deep. There, and then I'm just going to grab the Cool Grey Deep and do a few shadowy bits underneath our pots. There we go. That bit is a bit messy, but never mind. No one's looking. It's all fine. So sorry for all the disturbances, but I hope that made sense. Let's just wipe that off. There we go. So yeah, I hope it made sense. I think I remembered everything anyway. So that's that one. So tomorrow we've got some spoons. So I've got to decide how to colour those. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and happy colouring.